In this video, I'm just, do I call it a vlog? I guess. Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Onyi Anekwe, and by the time you're going to be seeing this video, I should already be in the abroad. Yes. Yeah. So I should already be in the UK by the point you'll be seeing this video. I just wanted to document my process throughout this journey so that you guys, if you're looking to also start this journey, you could, know how to go about it. So it's 25th of February here in Nigeria, and it's election day. Is super hot out here. And I just decided to find somewhere to film this video because I've had it in my mind for a few days now to do so. So yes, let's talk about the topic of the day. I'd like to start by talking about how this whole jackpot thing started. So I have always wanted to jackpot, if you know what I mean. Yes. So, but it took a while to get my husband on this whole jackpot thing. So in November of 2021, he applied to a school in Canada. And I don't quite remember the name of the school right now. I'm going to put the name up there. And he was issued admission in December of 2021. So in March of 2022, he then went on to apply for his visa. In June of 2022, he got a feedback and he was denied visa. The reason being that they weren't sure he was going to come back, and we didn't have enough money in the proof of funds. So we kind of miscalculated the proof of funds. So I think those were the two reasons they gave why he couldn't, be issued the visa. So we then decided to try a different country. Initially, the option was for him to defer the admission, but the school said we didn't apply for the visa immediately he got the admission, so they couldn't defer the admission. So then we didn't want another disappointment. You know how it feels now when you really, you've made plans in your mind and you're looking forward to something. And yeah, so I decided to apply to a school in the UK. I applied to two schools actually. So I applied to the University of Hull and I applied to the University of Teesside. I got admission in both schools. And then in November of 2022, I obtained my QTS. So I'm a teacher, and the QTS, qualified teacher status, is what qualifies you to be able to teach in the UK. I was able to obtain that license from the comfort of my home here in Nigeria. If you'd like to know how I did that, let me know in the comment section. So I felt there was really no point going to the UK to school when I could, get a job as a teacher. I already had the license to be able to teach. So we decided for my husband to do the application this instead. On the 20th of January 2023, my husband applied to the University of Hull, and on the 22nd of February, he got the offer. Yay! So the thing is, unlike Canada admission, with UK schools actually do about 80 to 90% of the job. So you're sure that if your school clears you and you do everything correctly, you're definitely going to get your visa. Having gotten this admission, the next step for us would be to pay the tuition deposit. So my husband had to open an account with EcoBank yesterday, because as at this point, EcoBank is the fastest bank when it comes to Form A. EcoBank takes about 23 working days to be able to, to disburse the funds from your account to the school account. Yes, so that's why we decided to open an account with EcoBank. We're supposed to go ahead now and book the TB test, but we're unable to because my kids really don't have their international passport yet. So that's what we're going to be doing yet. But my daughter needs to get her NIN. So to get your international passport, you require the NIN, and she doesn't have her NIN. So we already booked an appointment for Monday to get her NIN, and then we're going to be, before the end of the next week, also go ahead to get the international passport so that we can book our TB test. If you're living in Lagos, then you want to book your TB test really early as soon as you get your admission, because it's really hard to get, you know, dates. But with Abuja, is actually a lot easier. It's actually a lot easier because I checked like 2 days back, and we still have slots for February ending as at 3 days ago, and for March. So I'm going to be carrying you guys along the whole process. When we go for the TB test and every other thing, the biometrics and every other thing, I'm going to be carrying you guys along so that you know what to expect. I'll see you guys soon. Hello, Jesse.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Janelle. Yay. Say hi. Jaden. Hi. Okay, so in my previous video, I talked about what you should do as soon as you get your admission. So you're supposed to book your TB test, but you cannot do your booking without the international passport. So the international passport is a requirement for you to be able to book your TB test. And that's why we're trying to get this sorted out so that we can, go ahead and book our TB test. So I am going to keep you guys posted. So I'm back to update you on how my day went. My phone died at 1 p.m. If you have to go to that office, you want to go with your charger. I didn't go with my charger, but there were lots of ports where I could have charged my phone. You also might need a power bank. So that's something to note. Today was really hectic, I must say. It was very, very hectic. First of all, the weather was hot. It's really sunny in Abuja right now. And then there were no ACs in the office, so we had to depend on the fans that were kind of blowing hot air. It was bad. Like, it was really bad. So we got there at 10, and then, of course, they started the process. The problem we had was that the money we paid, so we paid for the three of them all at once. But then they said the funds for just two of them was what dropped. And then my oldest son, his funds didn't drop in the portal for immigration. I really don't know. It's just a long story. But his own funds was not reflecting, so he couldn't capture. And then we started waiting for the funds to drop when the network went down. It took like almost 5 hours. So we waited till like 6 before the network came back up. And that was when we could capture. So we left there like around 6:30. So let me talk a little bit about what you need. So if you want to do your international passport, you're going to be needed first. You need to print out the form, immigration form online. You print it, so you need the printout, you fill the form. You need a passport. You're going to be attaching one passport to the form. You need your NIN. All these documents, you're supposed to make photocopies of them and then still go there with the original. You need your birth certificate. If you're doing this for children, then you also need a consent letter signed by both parents. And then you also need the parents need to print out the data page of their international passport. So if you have more than one child, you need to do the same thing for each of your kids. That is, have say for instance you have two kids. It means you and your spouse would need to make photocopies of your international passport. So for child one has a photocopy of mom's and dad's international passport. Child two has a photocopy of mom's and dad's. So you're doing it separately for each of the kids. I think that was about all we needed. Yes. To the immigration office with kids, you want to be sure to go with food and snacks. You can also go with their devices as well so they can have something to keep themselves busy. At the immigration office here in Abuja, they actually sell stuff opposite, but they sell mostly um, drinks and biscuits. That's about all you get. So you want to be sure that you're going with the basic things you'll be needing for your kids. Also, be sure to go with a lot of patience. You're definitely going to need that. Yes, you're going to need it. Before you go to the office, try and make contact with someone who works there. That way it's a lot easy for you. But if you just go there on your own, the wait is going to be a really long one. So yes, I'm going to see you guys again in a few weeks. The next step for us will be to do our TB test. We're going to book that as soon as we get the international passports, hopefully next week. I'm going to keep you guys posted. See you then. Bye. Hello, lovelies. So today is the 28th of March, 2023, and we are at the IOM office, Abuja, to do our TB test. I couldn't film outside. Once you get to the gate, they'll check the schedule to see if your name is on the list. Once you get into the office, you'll be given an ID card with your number on it. You'll also get a slip that has a link with which you will use in completing your online application. So this is the same application you did while you were home. This is what the ID card looks like. Once you're done completing your application using your phone, you then listen to the public address system for your number. Once your number is called, you then proceed to the data capture room. In that room, everyone's picture gets taken, and then the primary applicant stays back to go through the forms. After the data capture, you move on to the X ray waiting area. So at this point, we're waiting to get our numbers called for the X ray. Kids below 11 do not do the X ray, they only get examined by the doctor. Only people 11 years and above get to do the X ray. For the X-ray, females get to take off their tops and their bras and wear a robe, while the men get to take off their singlet and their shirts. So this is where the X-ray is done, and that is the room where the X-ray is done proper. So for the X-ray, you put your chest to that rectangular stuff over there, the one the arrow is pointing on. You breathe in and you breathe out, and that's it. After the X-ray, we then went on to see the doctor so that two of our kids below 11 could get examined. After that, we went upstairs where we waited for our certificates, picked them up the very same day, and then that was it. We spent about 3 hours plus at the IOM office. I'm going to see you guys again soon. Bye. I decided to do a quick video to address a few things that I skipped during a TB test appointment. So first, you want to be sure you have your international passport because you're going to be asked for that passport at every office you go to. So it's a very important document for you to have. You also want to be sure that you have all your other documents, your payment slip. So you should pay for this TB test before a day or two before your appointment so that you're sure that the money drops in their account, in the IOM's account. You print out your evidence of payment, print out and make a photocopy of your international passport. You also want to have the originals of your passport. For the data capture, this is basically done by the primary applicant. They go through the form that was filled online. Actually, they get to refill the form again, and that was like the third time we filled that form because I filled it online, filled it with the slip I was given at the gate, and then when my husband got to the place for the data capture, he also had to fill that same form again. So they fill the form and then you verify that all the entries that were made are correct. If you do not correct any mistake you notice, if you come back at a later time, you're going to be billed, I think either 7,500 or 8,000 naira to make those corrections. So everybody will get their pictures taken, and then the primary applicant then proceeds to check that all the entries that were made are correct. For the x-ray, only young adults that are 11 years and adults get to do the x-ray. Children below 11 just get examined by the doctor. So if you have a girl, you want to be sure that she's wearing a short or a leggings under if she has a dress on, because the kids are going to be basically taking off their clothes. Then the doctor carries out the basic examination, just touching them, checking their throat and all that, and asking a few questions. The process took us about 3 hours plus, and the certificate is issued on the same day. The process for the TB test is a very straightforward one. We went for this test. We didn't really meet a lot of people there. Like, there wasn't a lot of crowd compared to what I was expecting. I guess this was because we booked this test early. So you want to be sure you're booking this test early. You also want to be sure that you're doing this because it was kind of easy for us to get a date, but as it gets closer to resumption date, it might be more difficult to get a date for your TB test, especially for people who reside in Lagos. Hello. It's been a long time since I've vlogged. I am actually at the office right now. Today is 11th of May, and I just decided to come on and kind of update you guys on how things have gone so far. So remember in my first clip, I said my husband had opened EcoBank account to make his Form A payment. So we initiated that payment sometime in February. I'm going to insert the date up there. Up till the end of April, we hadn't heard from them. So we decided to go ahead and make payment with the black market rate. EcoBank was taking about 6 weeks to clear Form A initially, but then it extended to 8 weeks. Currently, even though you get to the last stage of the Form A, the debit from the bank is based on the availability of FX. So you can't really say when exactly it'll be debited. I know May is still early, but we just wanted to get this whole thing done and over with. So we went ahead to make the payment with Form A. So our deposit was supposed to be £4,000, which would have totaled up to roughly 2.4 million, but we ended up spending about 3 million since we used the black market rate. Within 2 days after payment, Flywire, notified us that they had sent the money to the school. A day or two after, the school also reached out to us and then issued CAS. Once you get your CAS, the next stage would be to go ahead and do your visa. So that's what we're currently doing right now. So for the past 2 days, we've been filling out our forms. So you can actually fill the form and then go back to it, save it, and then go back to it at a later time. So that's, my husband did his, I've done mine. We're doing for our kids today, and by tomorrow we're going to go print out our bank statement and then make all the necessary payments for both the visa application and the IHS fee. At this point, I am so excited and I'm also nervous at the same time. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on how our visa goes. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, by God's grace, we're definitely going to get our visas and then the main plan begins. So I'm going to let you guys know how it goes. Yes. So I'll see you again in my next clip. Bye. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back. So today is May 15, 2023. And today is the day that we have our biometrics. So I just wanted to do this quick video to explain how our application process went. So we did the application for about 3 days. What we did was, since we're a family of 5, we started the application and got to the point where each person had to pay. And then on the last day, we then went ahead to make the payment for each person. So the form is pretty much simple. It's just basically answering questions. And once, I think I'm going to do a video of how to apply for your visa. That will be a separate video, because if I do the whole explanation here, this video is going to be extremely long. So after the application, first thing, you pay IHS, pay visa fee, and then it directs you to the TLS center to complete the application and book a date for the biometrics. The biometrics is not free. So if you want a close date, then you have to make payments. There are different options. There's a flexi option for people with family, so that everyone gets to the appointment on the same day. There's priority, super priority, there's a VIP option. It's up to you what you would want to. When you select your option, it auto generates the amount that is meant to be paid. As soon as you make the payment on the TLS website, you get an email notifying you of that payment. That email is meant to be taken with you to the center on the day of your biometrics. So we had a problem with my 3 kids. When we did their payment, we didn't get that email. So what we did was to print out our evidence of payment and also their homepage on the TLS portal. So let's see how that goes, how they're able to rectify that. Then also for our IHS fee, I and my second son, we had this issue. When we got to the point where we're supposed to make the IHS payment, the fund that was generated by the system was 0.00. And then beneath it, you're supposed to have pay. But what we had was continue. And as we continued, it auto-generated our IHS number. So the both of us haven't really paid for IHS, although we have an IHS number. So my fingers are also crossed to see how that gets sorted out. I'm going to keep you guys posted. So we'll be heading to the TLS center in a bit. I'm going to keep you guys posted. If I'm able to use my phone there, I'm going to take pictures and document how the process goes. See you soon. Hello. I just wanted to let you know how our appointment at the TLS center went. It was very fast. We took like an hour to be done. So basically, when you get to the center, you go upstairs, look at the camera, say your name and your date of birth, they take a picture of you, you do your thumbprint, and that's basically it. So for our appointment, we booked the flexi option. If you're a family, I think that's the recommended option to book. We chose the flexi option because it allows family group attending the biometrics to do it all at once. We paid 4,000 naira for the self-service flexi, but if you want the assisted service, then that's about 56,300. There are other options, which is a premium lounge and time slot with available prime time, assisted regular and self-service, regular with available upgrade to premium. So those are the options, and each of those options has its cost. I remember sharing in my last clip that we didn't get an email after making payment for 3 of my kids. So what we did was to print out the homepage of the TLS portal. Yes, so that's what we printed out, and they were able to attend to us using that. We also were not able to get the same day. I and my husband booked the flexi for Monday, but by the time we started doing our kids' application, the option for Monday was not available, so we chose Tuesday for them. But because we paid for flexi, they accommodated all of us on Monday, and we're all able to do our biometrics. I also mentioned that for IHS, I and my son were unable to make the payment for IHS because no money was generated when we're doing the application. Our biometrics was scheduled for 15th, which was Monday. By the time we got home that evening, we got an email saying that our application has been transferred to UK VI. So by Tuesday, we got emails with links to make the payment for the IHS. The only thing was that the money that we were billed was higher than what the other family members were billed. So my husband and my kids paid about 926 USD, but I and my son had to pay about 1,250 USD, which was quite like outrageous. Like, we still cannot explain why the money was that high, but we went ahead all the same to make the payment. So if you're having that issue at this point, just be rest assured that you're going to get a link instructing you to make your IHS payment if it was omitted during your application. For the TLS appointment, you need 4 documents. The first one is obviously your international passport. Your international passport is going to be collected from you after your biometrics. The second thing you need is the first page of your document checklist. The third thing you need is the email that was sent to you by TLS as a proof of your payment. So you need to make a photocopy of that. You need just one copy of that. The checklist is also a printout of the first page, just one copy. And then you need a copy of your a photocopy of your international passport. So those are basically the 4 documents you need to attend the TLS center. Note that while uploading your documents, you need to be sure that those documents are in PDF format, because you won't be able to upload them if they're not. So what my family and I did was, just even before we started our application, we created folders for each person, and we put up all the documents that each person will be needing in their folder. So that way it was easy for us to pull them up when we needed to upload them. I'm going to do a detailed video of how to apply for your visa. So I'm going to add more information in that video. So you definitely want to look out for that. If you're going for the assisted service, then you need to bring all the documents that you want to upload along with you. You should also remove the staple pins, because you're going to be asked to remove the staple pins at that point. So instead of 4 documents, you're going to be needing the 5th one, which is originals of all your documents. You're also going to be requested to tick the documents on your checklist, write the date, and sign it. Uploading your documents is pretty much easy. If you do not have a scanner, you can actually download the scanning app on your phone and then use it to scan your documents. We have a scanner at home, but we still ended up using my phone to scan the documents and upload them, because it was faster and very straightforward using the app on my phone. You want the assisted service, and you're going to pay 12,500 for that. And that would also mean that you take a longer time at the TLS center, because you need to join the queue for uploading your documents before you go ahead to do your biometrics. At the TLS center, when you go upstairs where your biometrics is done, you'll be asked to switch off your phone and your devices if you have any. So I couldn't really do any video while we were there. But overall, the process was very smooth and straightforward. At this point, we're waiting for a decision on our visa. This has been like the longest days for me. Honestly, the anxiety that comes with this is a lot. My fingers are crossed, and we've been praying and hoping that a decision comes soon, and it's a positive one. I'm going to keep you guys updated when that happens. Bye. Hello guys. So today is 23rd of May, and we just got an email this afternoon from TLS Center to come pick up our documents. So my husband, my kids, and myself, all 5 of us, and my husband just picked up those documents. So I just finished from work and I'm heading home to go open it up. So excited. I can't wait. Like, I am so happy. So I'm going to keep you guys posted. Okay, so I'm back home and I have the passports here, all 5 of them. I am going to start with the primary applicant, which is my husband. So there is, guys. Okay, this is it. And so basically, today, when my husband went to pick this thing up, there was this document we were given the day we went to the TLS center, and that was all he needed to be able to pick this up. So this is his vibe of it. I'm going to end this vlog here. I'm going to start a new one. Show you guys how I pack and all that. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.